Hey guys, it's Terrie. How's your heart today? How's your heart? I hope it's well. So I started this series because I've started getting a lot of questions, which I am so grateful that all of y'all are asking me questions and advice and how do I handle this and what do I do with this, all from a spiritual perspective. And I really want to be there for people because a lot of times right now we're going through such shifts and changes, not only from an energetic perspective, but from a psychological and personal development perspective. So keep those questions coming. I'm just answering your questions. So many of you have questions, and I'd like to be here to help you out with those questions if I can. And so many of us are coming online to a different consciousness and a different awareness. So what started out is just sort of answering people's questions individually. I started sifting through all the questions, and there were so many that were of the same kind or the same type. So I'm just going to answer them for you now, each day a new one, based on what Spirit is telling me in terms of how the best way to sort of navigate our way through that experience. Being human is a challenge, especially right now with so much shift and change happening so fast. From an energetic perspective, it takes time for the body to catch up to the energy shifts because the body is made out of matter, yes? And matter is a slower moving light wave. So it's gonna take longer to catch up to the energy, which is a faster moving light wave. So that's what I mean by higher vibration and lower vibration. It's just how fast, what is the pace, what is the frequency of that moving light wave, right? So when something moves slower, it just takes longer to get to where it needs to be. So that's why it's so hard for us to drag our bodies to meet us to where the energetic shifts and changes happen. So it just takes time, and the body has to recalibrate and reintegrate that energy. So the first thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys was ask this question about how do I not let other people down? I feel like I'm letting other people down. So here's the thing, you guys. Letting other people down is an expectation that wasn't met on both sides. The person receiving that expectation and the person having that expectation. We can't be responsible for what other people expect from us, demand from us, or want from us. We're only capable of giving energetically what we can, right? And remember, those waves do move slower or faster. So depending on where our own electromagnetic field is at any given moment, we're only going to be able to give at that frequency, at that pacing of the light wave, right? So being harder on yourself about not meeting somebody's expectation and letting them down puts us into a feeling of possible defeat, possible frustration, possible anger, possible guilt, even shame, which are all slower moving frequencies. They move those waves move at a slower pace, and they're lower vibration. Those are more density matters. So they're gonna hold us down. So we're not gonna feel good, and we will be completely and totally aware in our mind, very aware and very conscious of the fact that we're not feeling good because we've let somebody down. So really, in a nutshell, I don't know how much of a nutshell, I could nut here, or how much of a shell I could nut or whatever, but to make it smaller, more bite-sized, right? It is about making sure you're aware of where your energy reserve is. Where are you? And really being able to be at that level, right? So if someone is having an expectation of you, is that where you're at? Is that your level, right? So in other words, you do the best that you can with what you have, right? And you yourself can actually raise that vibration, raise that frequency, make that wave go higher, move faster if you practice acceptance. Acceptance of yourself, acceptance of the situation, acceptance of the person. And the frequency of acceptance is what will neutralize those frequencies, okay? So therefore, you don't have to be somebody you're not. You don't have to do something that you don't want to do, right? And you don't have to be responsible for how the other person receives you or your energy or your frequency or your capability of whatever that you're doing. Now, this is a learned process. This is not something that we're actually taught how to do, right? Our caregivers, the people who taught us how to be the way we are, did the best they can with what they had, right? And oftentimes screwed us up. Yes, maybe not intentionally, maybe intentionally. Each and every one of us has our own individual story, but it is up to us to now, at the age that we are, since we're not infants and we are not really dependable or dependent on those caregivers the way we used to be for literally just food and for changing of our diapers, right? It does become our responsibility to regulate and manage our electromagnetic field, our reserves, right? And so it's just something to learn. It's not, there's no judgment. As a matter of fact, that's the beautiful thing about energy, is that there's no judgment and no bias. It's science. It just is. Energy waves are just made up of particles and atoms and subatomic particles that behave, move, vibrate, and spin in just a particular pace at a particular speed. That's it. It's all about the behavior of those subatomic particles. That's it. But because we are made of energy and matter, it does affect us, right? But we humans, because we have an ego, which is all about the identity, it makes us feel who we are. It gives us a sense of us. That is where judgment comes in. So it's, again, a matter of learning how to finesse your own energy, right? And through that process, being able to identify what feelings you're experiencing will be able to give you some sort of indication of where you are, not only in your life, but what your life experiences are reflecting around you, okay? So know thy energy. Know thy energy, okay? So when it comes down to letting other people down, it's gonna happen. We're human beings. But understanding and knowing your capabilities and what your own energy reserve is really key. And if you don't know where you stand energetically or how to identify where you are energetically, or you want to shift or change that energy, I can help you. I would love to work with you, okay? There are several ways that you can work with me that we can help shift your energy, right? I have a Patreon community where there are workshops and there are live group readings that gives you a good indication of where you are, what's going on in your life. There's long-term coaching where that's where shift happens. And I even have a program called Shift Happens. That's where the real meat of changing your life, bringing abundance, thriving in a life of freedom, joy, and security happens. And of course, you can do a one-on-one reading with me if you just need a one-time quickie and just to see what's going on. Those are just some of the ways that you can work with me. You can also check me out here on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and all the things. I'm here for you in many, many ways. So you don't have to sit there in your energy confused, because even confusion is not a good frequency to be in. Yes? So just know that when it all comes down to this, is that you're doing the best that you can. You're learning how to be somebody you used to never be. And things are moving super fast these days. It's almost like you got to catch up to yourself. All right, guys? So stay connected. Stay connected to your family and friends. Stay connected to yourself. And of course, you can stay connected to me. Check me out at TerrieHuberman.com, and I'll see ya on the flip side.